All right, everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm a real estate agent as well as a real estate appraiser, and we're going to be going over rental properties today. What do you want to look for when you're looking to purchase a rental property? And we're going to be going over those things pretty quickly here. I want to give you the information in a short, concise way, and then if you're interested, you can send me a message and we can go over what you need to do when you're looking. We can look up some comps and see what the home is going to be able to rent for. So first off, kind of already went over it, is going to be you need to be in the black. So you're going to be wanting to make money on these investments because it is an investment. You are putting your time and money into this, so you don't want to be losing any money on that. One of the biggest things is to see, okay, what's the availability of housing in this neighborhood? How long are homes that are either up on MLS or on other services online, how long are they sitting there before they rent out? You want to know and be able to anticipate how long are these homes going to sit not rented out, and then how quickly can you get them rented once you purchase, and you may want to do upgrades or see what the value of those upgrades would be. So one of the things that I do with clients is if they come to me and they say, hey, I'm looking at purchasing rental property in, let's say, Lake Elsinore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look on MLS, I'm going to look and see what's currently out there for purchase, and then we can also look and see how much are these properties renting for. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at a calculator to see, okay, how much is it going to cost me per month to own this property, and then we can look at and see how much are we going to be able to make on renting it out. So once you kind of get that, that's the first basic thing. The second thing is you're also going to want to look at the age of the property. So how old is this property that I'm purchasing? What is the maintenance going to look like? A lot of that really comes down to personal preference. Like, are you someone who is handy that can fix things? Or are you someone who's going to have to be constantly contracting that out? Or is that just something that you don't really want to do? So you're going to be contracting that out. So that's where you're going to be looking at, okay, how well has the property been maintained and how old is the property? If you're buying a property that's 30, 40 years old and it has an original roof, that's something you're going to want to be looking at, because when you have renters in there, you can't have the roof leaking and you're not going to fix it. So those are things that you want to look at. Second, what you want to also look at is HOAs, or special tax assessments. When you're looking at a property for investment purposes, a lot of times an HOA, while it does help to make the neighborhood look nicer, it may not bring in the exact value that you're looking for. So like, as an example, let's say that we're looking for investment properties in Lake Elsinore, and there's two different neighborhoods. One neighborhood has no HOA, the other one does. If your rental amount that you're bringing back for rent is not going to be in excess of that HOA, then it may not actually be a good idea for you to purchase that home that has that higher HOA. So those are things that you're going to want to think about when you're looking at purchasing. Another thing that you're going to want to think about is not just your overall return on investment, but how long is the property going to sit without being rented. So that kind of comes to one of the things that I would do for you with my clients is once they come in, they say, hey, I'm looking at purchasing this property. I want to, possibly rent it out. Or maybe they just come in and they're not even sure which property they want to purchase, but they're kind of just looking around in certain areas. What we can do is we can bring up MLS, look at all the properties that are good potential rentals, and then we'll compare them with what properties are currently renting out at on MLS, and we can kind of get an idea of what the best idea would be. A lot of it does, though, come down to personal preference as far as the repairs and things like that go, but there is a way that we can kind of try to calculate things to see what could be the best investment. In the end, it really comes down to a client making an educated decision, which is really what a real estate agent's there for, is to be able to help you provide you with information and help guide you in your choices. But in the end, it does come down to the client's choice and what they want. The last thing would be also what kind of rental property do you want? Are you looking for short-term rentals like Airbnbs, or are you looking for a long-term rental, or are you possibly looking for one that you can live on that has like an additional unit. So if you have an additional unit, that is a little bit different. Those sometimes are easier to rent out because they have a lower price point usually. We were just doing a showing on a home the other day. Took some clients out to see a home, and this home was on an acre in Lake Elsinore for around $600,000. The main home was around 2,900 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. And then the additional unit was a large brand new trailer that was included in the sale. And when you look at that, you're like, this potentially could rent out for, at least $1,000 or more per month. And you can look at that and say, okay, maybe I don't want to purchase a property that's solely for rental purposes. But if my lot is split in such a way that it provides private access and privacy for me, then I would consider renting out that additional unit and being able to have a save on funds there. So these are all important things to think about. There's so many different ways you can go. A lot of it depends on the market and the inventory that's currently there. If you're someone who's really looking to purchase now, you may want to weigh your options and see, okay, well, is now a good time to purchase for a solely income producing property? Or do I want to purchase something that I can rent out on the side? So I have my main home and then rent out something that's on a side lot. But that's not for everybody. Some people don't like renting out side lots. There are, ups and downs to that, pros and cons. You are going to be very close to your renters, which, yes, then you can kind of know what's going on a little bit if they're trashing the place. But at the same time, you're really close to your renters. You have less privacy. So it's just something good to think about when you're looking at all these different things. So go ahead and, just think about these things before you give anybody a call. If you want more information, you can give me a call or a text, email, find me on Instagram. Either way, it's all good. Let me know. I can provide you with some information. I can show you some of the properties in the area. I go everywhere from Temecula up to Riverside. This information is pretty much a blanket information that can go for any area. And I've lived in Riverside, Temecula, this whole area my entire life. So once you reach out to me, we can work on something, figure out what's best for you. But that's it for today. I'm going to be going out to the pool now. It's very hot out here in Temecula, but it's going to be a good day. Stay cool, guys.